Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Oh, good day, everybody. Well, welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E, of course, is here. Kadog is here. How are you, my friend?
I'm quite well, Mike. Thank
Yeah?
you for having me by again.
Of course. Absolutely. How was your weekend?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Spent it with the neighbors to the north.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit.
Went out to Toronto.
Well,
Toronto.
what's going on in Toronto?
Went
Well.
for a GNR show, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, a little road trip out there with my girl.
Nice.
Fun.
What'd you do with the kids? Lock them in the house?
Yeah, shit. What?
You don't even
Yeah,
remember
no.
what you did with
Grandma
them?
and Grandpa left them with Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
very good. How's he doing?
he's
Well, I don't know. You left your job?
he's well.
Yeah.
Yeah, left them and had a good time. Toronto's cool, dude. Have you ever been?
Dude, this is going to sound crazy. I don't think I have.
What?
It's very clean, nice city.
Yeah.
It's one of these cities that looks like it's like been built in the last 10 years. There's
Yeah.
tons of glass and new architecture, and there's not a lot of like old buildings that, there are if you get in the nitty-gritty and you start walking around, but as you drive through, it all looks pretty new. Would you agree with that, Kadog? You're Canadian.
Yeah, I was there, and then last time I went, I took a tour of the steam whistle factory.
I was there.
Were you? Excellent
Are
tour.
you serious?
Did you take the same
Really?
tour?
I did
to
not
a
take the
steam-
tour, but I stopped in.
Yeah, that was cool. And then
For
I walked
real?
past the Kenny versus Svenny house.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a little off the beaten path, kind of a shady neighborhood, but for the Canadians, they
Yeah,
probably
for Toronto,
applaud
for
them.
Canada.
Yeah.
I was going to say I didn't see a ton of shady neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Of course
What
there
that-
are.
that
They're,
just-
they're big cities. There's shadiness everywhere. But we
It just
kinda
means the
stayed-
guy doesn't water his lawn and mow it properly. That constitutes the shady guy in the neighborhood.
No, it was good, man. Easy to walk around, easy to get around.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Was the dome open or closed?
The dome was friggin' closed, which doesn't surprise me.
Could it have been open though?
Oh
do you
yeah,
feel
it was a
like?
beautiful night.
Yeah.
But when they're looking at it, like, all right, how do we set up the sound for this? Let's assume the worst, that we're gonna have to close the roof and set it up that way.
Yeah, probably.
What made you guys want to? You just saw GNR at Ford Field. What made
Yeah.
you wanted to go to
Ah.
Toronto and see the same show?
Why not?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool. How did it compare to the Detroit show?
I think it was better in several ways. Just it was a Saturday night. It was a bit larger crowd. It may be their only Canadian stop on the tour. I might be wrong on that, but
Well, they're only doing 23 shows.
yeah,
or
they might
something,
do
so-
Montreal or something, but it may be their only one. But it just seemed like they were in the groove a bit more. I think they're 8 or 10 shows in.
Yeah.
How was the crowd compared to?
The crowd was better, I thought. And
Really?
it may have been. I was on the floor this time. I had much better seats, so that played a factor. But I don't know. It was probably the vibe of a Saturday night versus
Yeah.
a Thursday.
Well, yeah, and going, dude, being on a road trip
Yes.
makes everything cooler. Restaurants
Exactly.
seem better.
Yeah.
well, yeah, you're not
know.
just going back to your house. You're at. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know, like you
seems
said,
like your problems melt away. You don't actually have to worry about the kids tonight. You
Yeah,
know,
I think that's right.
So I could
That played
see
into
that.
it.
What did Steven Adler?
He did
jam?
not.
No,
No, it was the
That's too
same
bad.
crew we saw in Detroit. Couple songs they added, extended a lot of the instrumentals, but largely the same show that we saw in Detroit.
Right. Did you stay for the whole thing?
Did.
Nice.
well, you might as well if you're. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you're gonna beat the traffic to get back to the hotel.
Tell you what, man, that Sky Dome, I would have loved to see the roof open. But you talk about before its time. I'm not sure when it opened, but fuck. I mean, I think it was early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we were seeing stories of. Is that the one with the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where people were banging in the
Yes.
windows, like in high school.
Yeah.
It seems like I remember
Early
stories
90s,
of that.
maybe.
1989.
Shit.
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay.
incredible. 27 years old. And you could see some wear on it. But just the idea of having the frickin' roof that big retract
Yeah,
in the 80s?
yeah, that's cool.
Such a bit. Yeah, I've toured there. I haven't seen a game there, but we were in Toronto at one point. We took like a tour of it. It's pretty cool.
It showed its age a little bit in like the design of the concourses. That's always something
I
that
bet.
jumps
They're always
out.
too narrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who's done it, there's the view from the hotel if
Yeah.
anybody's on YouTube.
Why would anybody not? No, I mean, God, if you were staying at that hotel, that'd be the first thing.
Start
you're gonna
banging in the window?
Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be?
It'd be
Shit,
hard
yeah.
not to.
Or stand up there nude and just kind of stretch out.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Something.
Do a General Washington on that ottoman.
Yes. Hell yes. It's a
pretty
small
badass.
ass room.
Yeah.
They really want to pack people in those things, don't they? That's
That'd be
pretty
pretty badass, though, when you think about it. Like getting a hotel, if you had the hotel room where the
Yeah.
game was right there.
We went to the Tiger game Friday night.
Nice.
And,
Good night.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a nice night,
with a
right?
win. It was first game back from the All-Star break. Verlander was amazing.
Took down the Royals.
Yes, took down the Royals. I think we're 3 games over 500 or something now, 47, and I don't know. They won today, so I guess 48 and 44, something like that. But yeah, it was cool. There was a few Kansas City fans sitting in front of us, and I was kind of giving them the fucking
Giving them
eye
the
over.
business.
Yeah, it was 3 guys. One guy was fucking huge too. He was a big dude, and so I couldn't see past his head. It was driving me nuts, and I kept gesturing like I can't see past his fucking head. And Beth was getting all mad at me for being inappropriate. And so anyway, and then there was just this little old man. He was just an old man sitting in the middle. He's got his little Royals hat on, and he'd go up and. So these 3 dudes are sitting together, and they appear to be from different generations. And so anyway, you start talking to them at one point because the old man gets up. He's like, "Will you do me a favor and watch our coats?"
He says it to you?
Yeah. He turns around. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll watch your coats." And then I paid no attention to his
Yeah.
coats. He left, and then he came back, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to look after that guy's coats. I hope no
Were
one
they
stole
okay?
them." They were fine, luckily, because I would have had some questions. You know, he would have had some questions for me. Honestly, I never thought about his coats again. And, I feel terrible about that. Luckily, it worked out. In the end, it
Oh
worked
my
out
God.
fine.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He
don't
just
know
set
why
him down, and I
this-
went back to my conversation. Like, yeah, I got that shit. No
Got a
problem.
huge market for old man coats.
What an asshole.
His members only jacket was just fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, they came back and we start talking to him, and these guys are on one of these crews that just travels around to different stadiums.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
And so he's like, "Yeah, you know, I love this stadium at Comerica Park," and so they started asking us like, "Oh, are you guys from here? Did you ever go to the old Tiger Stadium?" I'm like, "Yeah," and so these guys had been to every stadium in baseball.
Awesome.
And you know, I was like, "Oh, what's your favorite one?" And he was like, "Wrigley or Camden Yards." He loved Camden Yards in Baltimore.
Everyone still says that. Yeah, that you want to talk about places that have held up. Like that was such a big deal. Remember when they brought
Yeah.
that out? Wasn't it like the first one after kind of those real cookie cutter?
Yeah, it had some
Ones.
character, brickwork, and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It
The
seems like
side of
people-
the building.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just seems like people still talk about it as being really good.
Groundbreaking.
These guys were just fired up because I guess there's a new stadium coming in Atlanta. Is it next
Really?
year? New stadium in
Yeah,
Atlanta. And
they-
they're
they
just
do
like,
have-
"Fuck yes!" They were rock. They couldn't wait to go to this
Wow,
new stadium.
shit! What are they gonna do between now and then?
I don't know. They're wait for it. Hopefully, this
No.
guy doesn't die on us. He's getting up there.
Well,
but
eventually there's gonna be a stadium he won't be able to go to. I mean,
Like, how old was he? Like 80s or something? Is he
yeah,
gonna make
I
it?
don't know. Who knows? Yeah, he's just
You're not a house.
yeah, son of a.
It's been a while.
But yeah, they were a blast to hang out with, and it was a great game. Thanks to Amy, one of our fine listeners, that gave us some tickets, and I went out there and awesome seats.
That was Friday. What else did you do Friday?
much.
any kind of. Well, I mean, I saw something.
Laid
on
around the
Facebook.
house a lot.
What about like
You didn't leave the house?
mid-morning? Mid-morning?
Oh,
Did you smell anything delightful that day?
you son of a bitch. Yes. I'm man enough to admit that I went to the Lavender Festival. It happens.
Why did you do that?
Dude, I don't know. I get into these things where apparently I agree to something like, yeah, whatever, sure.
But that doesn't even look good on paper. You can't even be like, oh yeah.
But
yeah.
it probably
neither does
means
neither
at
does
the
the
time
French.
I'm thinking like, oh, what's Jay going to yell at me about tomorrow? How retarded is Biggie actually on the spectrum? Like these things are in my head all the time.
And she
Jay's
hits you
gonna
with
yell at me.
Lavender
And
Festival.
it's like,
You're like, yeah, sure.
I get that in my ear, and it's like, yeah, whatever, fine.
Sure.
And then it's like, don't forget, tomorrow's the Lavender Festival, and I'm like, oh,
When she
shit.
said, "Don't forget,
and then
tomorrow's the
stuck-
Lavender Festival."
I'm stuck in that position of going, fuck. Do I ask what the Lavender Festival is? Because then I know what the retort is going to be, which is going to be, you don't listen to me. You never listen when I'm talking to you. And so instead of putting
You
up, it's
Googled
like,
it.
well, I didn't even need to. Just by the title, I know it sucks.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I know it sucks, but what the fuck is it?
I've never even heard of it.
You-
Does
would've loved it.
lavender really warrant a festival?
Dude, there's a lot of people out at Blake's Farm in Armada. Is that where it was? Armada.
Yeah, it looks like.
What do you do? Make it soaps and potpourri and shit?
There's soaps and potpourris, of course. Lots and lots of purple. E would have loved
Celebrating the color purple.
shit.
the onslaught of purple.
Lavender,
is-
if you will.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they've got T-shirts and they've got this and they make everything with this fucking lavender. Oh, we've got lavender chocolate and lavender
shit.
lemonade and lavender this and lavender that.
Dude, I'm looking at the images.
Looks pretty sweetie.
I would have gone.
You would have?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
Based on
Dude,
this color.
it's brutal. It's brutal.
Did they have a shout-out to Prince this year, given,
I did
the
not
untimely
know.
death?
I didn't
He's the
see
biggest
that.
champion of the cause, I would imagine.
It was just a lot of women.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah.
and lots of chicks, but not like
It really
Not
was
like
a lot
hot
of them?
chicks,
Nah.
Are we
not-
talking dozens? How many people did you see at this thing?
there's a few hundred.
What was the age, would you say?
Average age?
Yeah.
86.
You're not a hunter.
No, there was a lot of people and there were very few men, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There were I took video, I posted it on Facebook of I was making fun of E. I was like, enjoy your gay country music festival. I'll be rocking out with these cats.
Right.
And it was like 3 dudes, one's playing the accordion, one's playing some sort of drum. But they were, 90 years old, and
Sure.
they're just. ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Was there a lot of drinking going on where people
They did have a little restaurant thing there where people could drink
Drink
cider.
lavender
But
tea
dude,
or
it was
something?
like 10 in the morning. I wasn't
What?
going to start drinking.
What do you do there? You just walk through like a tent with lavender products or something?
Think about your standard fare, snooty
Like when we went
pop-up
to
tents.
Franklin Cider Mill kind of thing.
Well, the pop-up tents, if you go to some art festival,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, here's my 6x6 box, and I sell paintings.
Oh, okay, it's just
And
a
I
bunch
sell-
of those.
It's a shitload of those, and you just kind of wind your way through, and then there's
All lavender related.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of brutal, dude. But, whatever. And I made up for it by going to the Tiger game later that night. So I felt like wasn't all bad. But, yeah, it was you could question. I made it fun for myself. Like, I was doing stuff like walking through the crowd. There'd just be one of those places where the hens could all gather and eat together.
feed
And so I
was
just
there.
walked by. I just walked by filming them, just going, buck, 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 as I was filming all these hens just gathered and
Right.
talking and eating. And that was so I was making myself have fun
did
just by
anyone
doing dumb
notice
shit
you
like
doing
that.
that?
No, they weren't paying much attention to me.
Well, they were clucking too loud, I guess.
Yeah,
Did I hear you were clucking?
I think that's about it for me. And then EU were off to
Faster horses. I do want to say thank you to this. I told him I'd say something. We have a listener that his nickname is Slayer, and I told him I'd say something because he let me hang out with him because I didn't. I was just by myself. So, and then I ended up having a friend come, but really I was by myself.
Gross.
So I know I don't know why I would do that, but no. But anyway, yeah, dude, that thing was wow. That if you have not been to Faster
Stay
Horses,
Friday, Saturday?
Yeah.
And then Saturday, Sunday?
I wish I. Well, I
Wow.
wish I could have gone tonight because Alan Jackson's playing right now. Actually,
But you just stayed over the one night?
Yeah, it's Friday and Saturday. Saturday was amazing. That place. If you have not been to Faster Horses, out of the price range of other concerts, that's only $200. Which I know that sounds like a lot, but compared to like the Forest and some of that other stuff, that's more reasonable. And they had a lot of stuff, like more than just the concerts. They did there was like a softball setup. Like literally or not softball, like a wiffle ball thing where they literally had like a fence and there was like benches and people were playing just impromptu
I
wiffle
love
ball
wiffle
games.
ball.
There was
It's one of my favorite games.
Oh, dude, it was, and they had like, dude, you would have liked this.
Like a
be-
stadium?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually set up as if like, and like you could hit a home run and stuff, and they had like human, just a lot of these little cool things that were just not even, the Ferris wheel course. One of those big swings where so it was a really cool deal. I would definitely recommend it to someone, even if you don't
was
like
well
country
described.
music. Was it or no? Probably not.
How was
I
the
guess.
music? Did you get shit faced? Did anything happen?
Yeah, I got pretty drunk on Saturday for
Yeah.
sure. My one friend got hammered on Friday actually, but the music was awesome, dude. Jason Aldean killed it. Although I know your boy, dude. I'm telling you this, I had mixed reviews because I didn't think Eric Church was that good, but I had some people said he thought he was awesome. So my neighbor didn't think he was that good, but my one neighbor thought he was awesome. So
I don't know what to think now.
It was a
I don't either.
very.
I was hoping someone would tell me.
I'm not
Right.
even sure who Eric
Dude.
Church is, to be honest with
No,
you.
I'm not kidding. That's who Jay wanted to see. That was the big person that Jay and Gab, which I have made a declaration on Wave, by the way.
He did a proclamation, a declaration that he will, next time Eric Church comes to
I
town,
don't care where he is.
Gabrielle will be there,
Right.
courtesy of Big E and or his dad's credit
Right.
card.
No matter what I have to do, I don't know if I have to return cans or something. Gab will be at Eric Church the next time he's here. Even if the show's not, I'll go as far as to say even if the show's not going on. If I have to somehow, but that would involve you having to let me know where you live.
Even if the show's not going on. Oh, if we quit
If for
this,
some
right,
reason,
got it.
yeah.
Got
Hold
it.
him to that. Hopefully he does some really intimate unplugged night here in Detroit. It's like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars per
Yeah.
ticket.
Right,
Very,
right.
very
Only
exclusive.
40 people.
Yeah.
No, it was great, dude. The weather was awesome. The music was really good. The Saturday night was. What was cool about it is the last few years, it's been a lot of pop country, and there was pop country here this time too. But Saturday night was more of the country I've actually enjoyed growing up with, so worked out pretty good.
When you used your Confederate flag, you flew that proudly back in
Yep.
those days.
I'm done with. Hey, you got.
You still own a couple, right? I've never owned a Confederate flag.
I've never.
either.
Okay,
Sure.
but you've done stuff that you aren't proud of. I mean,
No, can't think of anything.
I can think of something that's never been talked about in the show.
We're
Yeah,
saving
there have been
that one.
stunts, but as far as like outright racism,
No,
I will tell you this: I have not flown it in forever. I haven't thrown it away. You're right, but I haven't. It's just sitting in my. It's just sitting in my closet in my room now.
I've never overtly just announced my race is better than another.
right.
I,
I've never done
I didn't do that
either.
either.
Which is what he was doing.
Mine was about.
Let's be honest.
Mine was about Southern tradition.
Southern pride.
Southern pride, not hate. That's what
If I had a Confederate flag, and I think I can speak for Jay here too, it would 100% be about the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
It would be about
best.
Hazard County, and that's it.
Oh, you know what's funny? I didn't forget to mention. I did not, by the way, come close to really hooking up with a chick. But unfortunately, I tried. I did not come close. My friend though, almost hooked up with like an ugly married chick. Apparently, he was. I was so tired.
How do
Friday.
you wait? How do you almost hook up with an ugly married chick?
I was so tired Friday because I'm usually. I just.
Crow
I-
flies, E.
Okay. I passed out earlier than he did Friday, and apparently around 4, 5 in the morning, he was down by this lake in the campground.
And there she was.
And there was
the
some
ugly
old
married
lady.
chick.
He admittedly said she was not that good looking. I said, like, how bad looking? He's like, not good looking. And I mean, let's be honest here. I get it.
But under the moonlight.
But apparently, and she was just like bitching
was
about how
looking for
her
a hole.
husband doesn't have. No, it was like she was bitching to him about how my husband doesn't have sex with me anymore and blah blah blah. And I guess she was like starting.
Did your buddy
to, like,
say, "I
give
don't
him a-
blame him"?
Yeah, you're ugly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you
I probably didn't
expect
say
from
that. I probably didn't say that. But I think it was about a blowjob was about to be happening, and then he came. The husband ended up walking
Ah,
by or
cock
whatever.
block.
What a
Fucking
dick! Why would he do
cockblock.
that?
And then apparently the husband started babbling on to him about like how he just I'll pay you a check. He was like he's like telling him he was about to write him a $50,000 check just to show he has money or something. And he's like, I got a lot of money too, and I'll write you a $50,000 check.
Okay.
I don't even know what the reasoning was.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. He didn't say why. He was just going to write him a check to show he had money.
Okay. I'll take that check.
Right. That's what I would have said. Like, write it down. Let's go. But
Well,
anyway.
we've talked long enough. It's been a crazy news cycle the last few days, dude. This is becoming an every week sort of thing.
It's anarchy, Mike.
The
world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Is it anarchy, or is it just we're seeing it more often because of the nature of the world we live in, with cameras everywhere, social media everywhere? I don't know what it is, but dude, it's getting exhausting. It's getting exhausting, and people are getting desensitized to this type of thing. You know,
that's the biggest thing to me. I saw that Friday morning before I left. I was like getting ready to leave. And, I saw the news thing, and you're
the
kind of like,
Bastille Day, or are you talking about?
oh, I'm talking about the Bastille Day one, the truck.
Is that where we're starting with?
Oh, sorry.
I was going to start with Baton Rouge. I mean, it's
Shit,
the most recent one.
Well, I was just
we can harken back.
Well, no, my point was just when you said about the desensitization of it, like, or being desensitized.
Well put.
I saw that, and I was just like, "Damn, dude, are you fucking kidding me?" And then I just got in my car, and I mean, what are you gonna
later.
Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just, and now we're seeing them. It seems like one every week, like you said, if not more.
Yeah, there was a. We'll get to.
That's the only reason I was hired.
We'll get to that one in a second, but first, there was the officers shot and killed in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, this morning, and this is one of those that's developing, as we talk about all the time. But 3 officers are dead. 3 more are injured. They're naming the shooter as a guy named Gavin Long, a black guy from Kansas City, celebrating his 29th birthday today.
Drove
Yeah.
in from Kansas City.
Interesting way to celebrate your 29th birthday, but, the governor of Louisiana made a passionate plea for the hatred to stop after an apparent lone gunman shot dead 3 officers, injured 3 more this morning. Police shot him dead. He was wearing a mask, dressed in all black, wearing a mask, and had what they thought was an AR. And it looks like an ambush. I know people are going back and forth about whether or not this is an actual ambush on the police, but it certainly sounds like one. Officers are continuing to hunt down a couple more suspects. There were reports of multiple shooters. Who knows? But I don't know. It sounds more like he was acting alone. They actually used a robot to check his body for explosives.
Yes, I love the use of these robots.
Yeah, so the robot went up to this guy, and I don't know if it detonated or anything like that, but it was weird, though. You don't usually see this, but they were holding press conferences this afternoon. They're going to hold another one tomorrow afternoon, but today it was just like, yeah, we don't know shit really yet, that kind of thing. But then every one of the guys that got up and spoke, they had different police departments and mayor, governor, all these people speaking. Every one of them was like, it's very, very important that you send us your prayers. We need your thoughts and your prayers. I was like, wow, I've never seen a solicitation for thoughts and prayers so vocal. But it was almost like it was in
Is
there.
that uncouth?
I don't know. It seemed a bit over the top, to
I mean,
be
do you ask for prayers
begging
and
for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know they're coming, right?
Yeah.
Seemed a bit over
That's
the top.
Gavin right there. Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess we'll know, and it's premature right now to say what's going on here, but I can't say I'm terribly shocked at this with the way the news cycle spins a lot of these stories. And
Well, you saw it in Dallas, and then you saw the reaction on social media by a lot of people, like right on kind of shit.
yeah, fuck the police kind of
There's a lot of
attitude.
people out there with that attitude.
President Obama said in a statement, "These are attacks on public servants on the rule of law, on a civilized society. They have to stop. We may not yet know the motives for this attack, but I want to be clear, there is no justification for violence against law enforcement. None. Blah, blah, blah." Yeah, it's not looking good. The aunt of Alton Sterling, because this is in that Louisiana area, was on the news today speaking out. Do you have that video, Kadog? She was kind of losing it today. What's that? Oh, it's not pulled. Oh, that's okay. Veda Sterling, there she is. Sorry, hang with us.
We call for no justice, no peace. Now we have to grieve again, all over again, with the senseless murder that went on last night, this morning. I'm not into the media. I don't talk to the news people. I don't want to deal with anything like that. But we are a peaceful people. We just had a meeting yesterday to make sure that everybody was on one accord. No justice, no peace. No justice, if that means if you don't give us the justice, you're going to see somebody like me, a black African-American African, on every corner. We don't call for no bloodshed. That's how this all started.
It's a mixed message of sorts.
It really is.
No more bloodshed.
She's weaving back and forth in and out.
With us. Leave.
Every corner,
Go
by the way?
home, go wherever you come from.
Yeah.
This is our house. You can't come in our house.
Perhaps she's
killing us.
misunderstanding
That's what you're
the
doing, because
no
at the end
justice,
of the
no
day,
peace message.
And then
Yeah.
people call these families. And they tell them that their daddies and their
I don't mean to be
moms
a
not
dick here, but
coming
has someone
home no more.
really slimmed down the artist rendering of Alton Sterling?
It's definitely his good side.
No justice, no peace. That's what we're calling for. Stop this killing. Stop this killing.
Yeah, she's confused
Stop
about the
this
message.
killing.
Yeah. It's confusing.
Who's this guy?
I wish someone would. Yeah, okay, she got it. She had that white, that white stuff you get
Oh yeah.
right here. That's such a bad look.
Someone do that. Just
I didn't see anyone tell her that, but she had that going on when she started to get no justice, no peace, and like that white stuff getting in there in the corners of your mouth. Ugh, it's a bad look. Never a good look.
What's worse, the shit in your eye or that? Where somebody has like a big eye thing, like you just. Ugh.
Yeah, those are both bad, but I don't know. I see more of the
Dude,
lip
how about a
ones.
piece of wax falling out of somebody's ear?
Oh yeah, not a good look. What about something in the nose?
Yeah,
It's kind of whistling in the wind.
that's not. I don't know. That's sort of understandable. Like everybody has to freaking blow their nose,
Well, everyone gets the eye things too.
Yeah.
And earwax is not exclusive to anyone.
Well,
in
everybody
particular.
should be keeping up with the earwax. That should never happen where you have a freaking chunk of earwax coming out of your ear, whereas people just walking by can see it. It should never happen.
Agreed. I agree.
I don't know. I can forgive the boogers hanging out of your nose, but what I can't forgive are like the crazy eyebrows, where like an old man has crazy eyebrows going everywhere,
Yeah.
or crazy nose hairs.
Andy from 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why can't you look in the mirror every now and then?
you just don't. At a certain point, you just don't give a shit anymore. I think that
By the way, just when you're talking, if we're going to be talking about nose stuff like that, I'm really not trying to be mean to some girls, but dude, are there girls that do just not? I saw a lot of girls this weekend that did they not look in the mirror before they walked around. I know you're at a festival, but like just girls that do not need to be wearing tank top, or belly button shirts and stuff like that. Like, what? I just.
Unfit.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean,
I saw a few of those ladies at the
Lavender.
the Lavender Festival where it's like there is
I'm not trying
no
to be-
doubt. No, I know. I don't want to be a dick about it either, but there is definitely
you can dress to make yourself. You can dress.
well, they're you can tell they're going for that look that really like, oh, everybody pay attention to me. I'm hot as shit look. And there's a certain outfit that's worn. It's the really short shirt or really tight shirt, the kind of Dukes of Hazzards,
Right.
maybe some cowboy boots, and it's like if you're banging, you can pull that look off, and it's amazing. It is, dude, when you've got real issues going on under your shirt, and your ass is putting up a fight, you just can't pull that look off.
And
I'm
what
sorry,
are you,
just
doing
can't.
when you leave the house? I mean, I'm sorry. Are you really looking in your mirror and go, "Yep, this is good"?
Dude, the rocker chick falls into that as well, right?
Right.
I saw plenty of that at
Oh,
GNR too,
yeah.
where
Especially because if you're at a GNR thing, it's an older crowd,
Yes.
right? Because you've been
they're
there
trying to
and
squeeze in.
to the same shorts they wore in the last tour.
Oh boy.
I mean, and I'm not to be a dick about it because I'm not going to wear a tank top and go and just kind of
See?
go rock it out or wear skinny jeans out in public. You
You
know,
know not to wear horizontal stripes. You know that, and you
It's-
don't do it.
I don't even think it's legal to sell them to me, and if it is, it shouldn't be.
That's what and that's the excuse I always say. I say, look, I know that I don't have muscles. I know that I'm not.
Get
I
out.
don't have a six pack. So
You
I
know
don't-
what your feet look like. Therefore, you always wear socks.
But
Yeah,
that is-
sandals it should be illegal for you to own sandals.
But and honestly, the only reason I've ever even bought them is the times I've gone to Vegas. Like this last time, I bought some just because I needed them for the pool, based on the situation. But the point is, I don't wear those shirts, knowing that we look terrible in them.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway,
I think sometimes chicks just want to do it up. You know,
I
they're
know.
Like, ah, fuck it.
I know,
I
but
know.
you can, I
Going
think
out
you
on
can,
the town, I'm with my girls.
I think you can do it up still though, and
Yeah,
and
I agree.
and
You can do it in
be
an appropriate
appropriately
way.
hot.
Yes.
you can still bang it and rock it. And I'm not telling you how to dress or anything, but
Right, just making everything as tight as possible isn't like the greatest
Yeah.
thing
Well,
that's
for
what I've
everybody.
always said.
For everybody.
for
type.
every body type, right? And
I
we all know
s-
who we're talking about.
right. I saw girls that I'm like, dude, if they dress just a little different, they're still not going to be a 10. I'm still not sitting here all of a sudden going like,
Far from, but
but they'd be like, oh, that's appropriate.
yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, who am I guess? To shame anybody, I guess. Oh, sorry.
Shame.
Sorry.
No. We don't want to shame anybody. We don't want to put anybody on the spot. If it looks funny, we go over and say,
I had a few people over the weekend randomly, by the way. They were just like, I was in line or something, and I cannot believe, I haven't heard people say this in a while, but someone said, oh, that's a shame. And I was just sitting by myself, and in my head, I had to sit there and
Alton Sterling. It was interesting. There was an article in USA Today on Friday, and he was buried on Friday. Mm-hmm. And his funeral was not, I repeat, not trending on social media.
Oh, no.
Oof. And that's cause for some outrage that he wasn't trending. The United States and much of the world were focused on,
So who are they outraged at?
they were focused on France, Nice, and the truck guy that we referenced that had happened the night before. So the deaths of people like Alton Sterling and Philando Castile in Minnesota brought protests across the country, renewed calls for police reform that we've seen going on for the last week and a half from Black Lives Matter. But now people are outraged. Some people took to Twitter. Now y'all want to speak up for Nice, but I don't see a hashtag Black Lives Matter on yo timeline. What is that? How does that work? Said your favorite hoe.
Oh, your favorite hoe. I'm glad she chimed in.
Then there was Franklin Omar Don't hashtag pray for Nice. We are fighting a civil war against whites. Hashtag BLM. Oof. That's kind of harsh. Sterling's funeral, which on any other day would have dominated news coverage, became another victim of a busy news cycle. People are so saturated with news violence, they're desensitized to it. And so, yeah, is it possible that these people don't...
They don't understand it's a TV show?
Yeah. Is that possible? They don't... Wait a minute. Please tell me the people in Minnesota, Louisiana, Ferguson, Missouri, they don't really think people give a shit about their dead family member, do they?
They think the media really cares. They swoop in and they... Yeah, I know.
Oh, this is a
This
shame.
is a huge misunderstanding.
Wow,
they don't
wow.
realize this is a TV show.
Oh, they actually think people care. Oh, no, that's so bad. How awful for them. They really think people give a fuck.
Care, Mike. Just not at the level that...
No,
they
not
think
the
they do.
news. Not the news. The news never cares. The news is working on
I
their
know the
TV
news
show.
doesn't, but you sitting there, people don't care. People care.
Well, yeah, obviously people care, but I mean, I just mean in general, the whole. I think people really think the focus is going to be on their whatever, and it will be until something better comes along, which is exactly what we're seeing here. So, didn't this happen before too, where people were like, "Fuck Paris"?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yes.
it?
Oh yeah. Fuck. Well, you're right.
I think it was
absolutely
Paris.
happened.
There was another.
God, you're right. Yes.
I don't remember what
It's
event.
with the French
We were-
taking the focus off our...
Yes, we were
Dead
reading
people.
Yeah.
tweets or something. It was at school. The school where the kids had the. Fuck. Yes.
They made a "Fuck Paris" rap song.
There was
Black
something
Lives
at a
Matter supporter
college.
releases Fuck Paris rap song.
Oh, from Missouri protests. Oh, the video's gone now.
But yeah, they did though.
Anyway, what a crazy ass story, man. This one's really scary too. The Bastille Day deal going on in Nice, which is what their Independence Day. So they're doing the fireworks and some asswipe terrorist killed 84 people, wounded hundreds more.
Booking down a promenade
Yeah,
with a friggin' truck, just wailing people.
as big a truck as you can get, just plowing people down. It was brutal to see. They've named him now Mohamed Boulel, French-Tunisian, married, father of 3. Had suffered a nervous breakdown, according to family members, received medical treatment,
There's a picture. Was that from Facebook or something? Look at that man.
probably. Looks a little gay, doesn't he? Just a little bit.
Cut off jean shortsy.
That's
Tank top.
that's in though right now, dude. Guys are wearing those, and they're tight. You know, they're not just wearing them cut off, but they're tight.
Yeah, it's not a good look, but
I don't get it. I will say I'm not into that look.
he was received medical treatment, they say, for mental health issues for several years before leaving Tunisia for France in 2006. He was shot dead by police after he plowed a lorry into crowds of people who had gathered in the city's promenade, as Jay mentioned. His father says that he had psychological problems that caused a nervous breakdown. He would become angry, shout, break everything around him. We had to take him to the doctor. His sister said he'd been seeing a psychologist for years. Well, there are lots of crazy people that don't go to this level. Blame his... yeah, one of the witnesses said that Lucy Kamaski told Sky News there in Paris that the noise of the gunfire sounded like Beirut. I said to my friend, this doesn't sound like fireworks. It sounds like Beirut when it's under fire. All the restaurants were open and people were coming. Seems weird. We were just sitting there and everyone came in the restaurant and the owners were saying, please don't go anywhere. Come in, come in.
Jeez.
This is
a weird restaurant.
That
really
is the weirdest quote ever. Why would people...
Why did they encourage that? Just a lot more cleanup.
We were just sitting there and everyone came in the restaurant.
The owners wanted more.
sounds like the
They're
Jacks.
begging for
to be
more.
honest with you.
All the restaurants were open and people were coming. Wow. Okay. Whatever. It was shocking. I bet it was. And it was devastating. I cannot believe that I have come over here for a few days and I got mixed up in something so tragic. Kevin Harris was on the 3rd floor of his hotel. He said, I came in my bedroom on the 7th floor. Yeah. And for about a minute. Wow. Good for him.
Doing some kegels.
When I heard gunfire, I went out to the balcony and very sadly I could see bodies laying on the road. Did you see those images? I think they stayed there till like noon the next day too.
What?
Those bodies strewn all over. Because I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Is it over like almost a mile long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mile long, going 40 miles an hour. Yeah.
Little kids, little girl with a doll laying next to her.
Damage, dude.
Just shows you if you're willing to die, man, for this cause.
Yeah.
You do a hell of a lot of damage in a lot of different ways.
And I thought
no gun, or he didn't need the guns.
Shit, no.
Did he kill anyone with the guns at the end? Did he try to get out and start shooting or something?
I think
when they took him down to Chinatown.
Yeah, they shot him, but I don't know. I think he maybe started shooting before, but I mean, the damage was done just by renting a truck.
Yeah.
He rented a truck and just plowed through all these people. It's incredible.
Well, and there's, I don't know. I know we keep saying it, but there is nothing you can do. When I'm at like this Faster Horses this weekend, yeah, okay, at the ticket booth, okay, there's ticket people, but again, as you said, if you have a gun, that doesn't matter. But in the campground, anyone can just walk. Everybody, because people camp at all different campgrounds, and you're just walking around drinking beers. Someone could just walk in, just start blowing people off if they wanted to.
Yeah,
gotta be vigilant. Gotta be vigilant.
Oh, when I was
vigilant.
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 Oh, I
We'll
was
fix that in post.
on the lurk.
Of all things, I was actually kind of glad this happened on Thursday so that we'd have 3 days of news cycle go on before we had to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get so sick of these, but...
not much you can say. It's just awful. It's
yeah. That's
until we wage a multi-generational war and take this seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you can do.
Yeah. But they haven't found any ties to him in terrorism. I mean...
What?
Well, yeah, as far as,
not
like, he wasn't on
possible, right?
anyone's radar. He wasn't on anyone's
I
radar.
thought he was a guy who had gone to Syria and shit, no?
I didn't hear that. I know he was yelling Allah Akbar.
Well.
So, I mean, that's... And ISIS took
jumped out and said
took
thank
credit.
you.
Yeah. Which, they're always going to do, but... God,
Not
man,
always. They didn't jump out to the Pulse nightclub shooter, did they? I don't know that
I think they
ever
did, yeah, at one point. I think they did towards the end. Like called him a brother or something. Yeah.
Hey, you need a low-priced, super safe, and incredibly fun car for you or your kids? Then head over to Zott Ford in Holly, where right now you can lease a new 16 Ford Focus for just $172 with zero due. Yes, that's $172 with zero due. Folks, that's lower than the cable bill at the Fady Manor. Hurry to Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98 before this smoking summer deal ends. Also, surf their ingenious deals and massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
See, they had a coup attempt in Turkey, too.
Who coos anymore?
I don't know. I found myself really not caring, though. Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I was
a lot of people died in this thing, though, man. And tons of people detained.
I know. Yeah, seeing tanks roll down the street, but I don't know. For some reason, it was just like, oh, okay. I don't know the players. It's like,
yeah, you got to know the players.
If you don't know the players or the teams, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But I guess they
yeah, you don't know who to root for. You're like, I don't. Maybe this is a good thing.
Yeah,
maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know.
Is this great news or is this a horrible news? I mean, obviously, 180 people died or something, so it's terrible. But I saw all those when they got all those military guys rounded up. They stripped them nude and tossed them into a room together.
Oof!
They're all like hogtied, nude, laying like panoose to buttocks on just like all of them in a row. Just packed in this place. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're just going to kill them or what. But.
Speaking of that, I was kind of rooting to get strip search today, going across the border.
Really?
Because I knew I had nothing, right? Nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, this will be great show material. Strip search me now. I almost requested it.
Really?
Yeah.
You could have said some things that would have gotten you strip searched.
This guy was very lenient today, man. The guy on the Canadian side, he was like, he raked us over the coals. But the U.S. guy, just chill.
Huh.
Yeah,
I still get nervous at those things, man. Even though
every time.
When I've had nothing, I'm not trying to bring anything illegal into the country ever, but there's something about that when you're getting that line of questioning, and you're just like, fuck.
They can. You know that they can look in your butt if they want to.
Yeah. See, I don't even worry about that. Now I'm going to worry about that too. But
you don't even think about that? That's the only thing I think of. Oh my God,
really?
This guy has the power to just make me pull over and look in my butt.
Give you a prostate examination right now. An involuntary prostate exam.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had that thought.
What are you thinking then? What makes you nervous about it?
That it's going to be a pain in the ass, but on a different
right.
type
He's looking
of pain
in there. He's like spreading your
a pain in the ass
in there.
in that they can rip my car seats apart and then just like go, yeah, you fucking deal with it and leave. And now hours later, I'm stuck trying to put my seat back together and by myself, and I stink at cars. Like, that's my worry.
I've
if
never
he wants
thought
to
about
check
that.
out my butthole,
I always
I
think
don't
about
care.
my
Whatever.
butt.
Like,
That's all I think about is my butt.
Have a good look, sir.
I know.
Sounds
That's
like
how I
my
was
choice.
today. That's how I was today. I'm like, go for it, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Knock
great
yourself
story.
out.
Look in my butt.
God, man, Mike, that's just shocking to me because it sounds like you're into it to me. Like,
No, it's just not that's. I'd rather have some guy look at my butt for a minute than rip my car apart and leave me to pick up the damages
I
of
think
it.
I might take the. Everyone knows I don't want to be fingered though. So like,
Yeah, I might have somebody look in my butt rather than take my whole car apart too. I'm kind of with you.
Because they're not going to help you put it back
Yeah,
together.
that sucks.
Yeah.
It's a huge inconvenience.
Mm-hmm. I'll take
The butt would just take a second. Like,
quick flashlight, rubber glove in the butt,
Just
in
like-
and out, done.
thumb and
Forefinger.
forefinger. Just okay. Yeah, nothing.
Would
in
you
there.
clinch? Would you clinch on him? He'd say, "Relax,
Stop clenching.
stop it, relax. You're only making it worse for yourself, sir." Do you know anyone that's been fingered going across the border?
No, but I know
don't
they
either.
can.
That seems like a worry that you
I'm not
shouldn't
saying
have.
they're going to finger
sir.
you. They can body cavity search you.
I think they need some sort of reason. They need to see something in your eyes. Like,
Right, but that's it. They can manufacture any reason. Oh, I don't know. He seemed inconsistent with this answer and his wife.
seem
I don't
nervous.
know.
Yeah. Need to check his butt really quick, and then we'll let him get on his way.
I got a feeling this guy's got something up his butt.
Yeah, his paperwork all checks out, but I don't know. Something about him says
Check his butt.
We need to get in his butt now. Let's get in there really quick. Dig around good too. He's got a deep cavity. I wish they would have done it to you too. That would have been a great story.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a quick break, and then we've got Donald Trump and Mike Pence.
Yeah.
There's the team.
A little bit of a surprising team leading up in the couple weeks leading up.
Yeah.
But not shocking the reasons he picked him.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll get into that and their new logo and all that shit. We'll do that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zot Ford and Holly, and I'm pumped up to tell you about our Zot Ford exclusive employee pricing for everyone plan. Right now, through the end of the month, everyone gets employee pricing at Zot Ford and Holly. What's the hook, you ask? There's only one. You can't save here if you don't drive here. So jump in your old hoopty, get to Zot Ford at I-75 and exit 98, and roll out in your fresh new Ford that you just got for the same price as a Ford employee. Only at Zot Ford. That's SZOTT.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Get out of my car now!
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. We're bothering E in the break for an update on his talons for feet.
Yeah, it looks like he put treatment on hold.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
until tomorrow. Well, only the ointment treatment. I describe as only the ointment treatment. I
It's
have,
been washing with soap and water, which is a start and a good start.
and I dipped my Thursday.
That is
I
so
also,
like I mean that's just what you're supposed to do.
yeah,
the
but for
fact
me,
that
I wasn't.
Baby
want-
steps, Mike. Baby steps.
No,
but the fact that he wants points for like I washed
I
my
don't.
bottom hands.
No, I don't want points for that. I'm just saying.
That's where we are. That's
Okay.
where we are
I'm
in the
just
process.
statusing
All right.
you what happened. I did dip my feet in apple cinnamon vinegar on Thursday for a half an hour.
Do they taste delicious?
Smell good?
No, vinegar's a terrible smell, and I don't like apple cinnamon either, to be honest with you. I used to actually tell people at Red Robin when they would ask for if they got the fish and chips, and then you could ask, "Can I get the vinegar?" I would tell them we were just out because it smelled terrible.
We're out of vinegar.
Because it smelled terrible, dude. If you had a table in your section with the vinegar that they would use for their fish and chips, you'd smell it the whole time. So we just never had any, at least as far as my tables knew.
Gaudy.
Terrible.
But I'm not. What happened was just because I was going the faster horses thing and I was camping the 2 days. I'm just somebody who I didn't feel like doing this ointment twice a day, 2 days in a row, then giving 2 days off.
You
So
could have sat around the campfire and applied the ointment. No?
Yeah,
I
is
know,
ointment
but I wasn't-
illegal
there's-
in MIS.
no, but there's no way I was going
No
to.
way he's getting chicks if he busts those out, right?
Yeah,
There's
well,
no-
that's true.
There's no way I was gonna do it while I was camping, so I didn't do it. But I will do it Monday. But I have, like I said, not only have I been washing them each individual feet every day since the situation, but I'm using like a new towel every time. Actually, finally,
You're washing the rest of your body, too. Your
Washing the
plume
rest-
looks very, very healthy
I
right
actually I washed today with.
now. Fluffy.
I actually used
Clean.
soap today.
It looks more frizzy.
I've been
now.
washing my hands, actually. Dude, I got to be honest. The only time I've ever, if you go back to the past 10 years, the reality is the only times I've ever washed my hands really is if I really was like, dude, my hands are dirty and I'm about to eat food. Like, I didn't just wash my hands, like, ever.
Take a shit.
No, I would just,
Animal, dude.
sometimes I would do that. And you know what the worst part about it is? Sometimes I would literally go to such lengths. If someone else was in the bathroom, I didn't want them to think I didn't wash my hands. So I would sit there, turn the water on, and then just walk out.
Oh, my God. You're such an asshole.
And he's most of his career in employment has been in food prep
Right.
too. You know, I mean that's
Right after he tells the story about the vinegar and serving at
Yeah.
Red Robin.
serving people. Ugh,
Damn.
I know. Terrible, honestly.
so
but,
bad.
But
the things doctors have to put up with. You know, like I just assume like when I'm, you know, if I was a top gynecologist, you know,
Dude, we've talked about that before. Looks good on paper. Sounds like a great career choice,
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah, I just
I'm gonna
play
look
with
at
vagines all
snatches
day,
all-
yeah.
Dude, you see. Oh, my God. You see
Yeah.
some shit.
the blue waffle we've discussed. Like,
Don't Google
It's
the
an
blue
order.
waffle.
It's an order. Don't Google blue waffle.
Well,
Don't
flat
Google
out.
image search blue waffle. But yeah,
You're not seeing hot vagine on the regular. Like, dude, that's just
Of
not
course
who
you're not. You're seeing
Yeah.
chicks come up there with issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the rare, quote, hot chick who's there on her
And
annual
even then, by the
exam or
way,
whatever.
Even then,
But then you get all your patients. Not all your patients are between 18 and 25. Well,
Mine-
they would be
mine
for
would be, yeah.
Dr. Walters.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just looking
Made
at
that
like a
very clear.
66-year-old's annual exam. Like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong. It's just a 66-year-old vagine.
I would if that patient strolled into Dr. Walters, I'd just be like, "No, you're good. No, it's good. I can tell from here. It looks good. Put your
don't
pants back on.
I wouldn't even-
put
I'm
your
shocked-
bloomers back
Give it
on.
the sniff test.
I'm shocked you even are having them take their pants off.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's fine.
everything's good. You're good. You're good. Put those giant tan bloomers back on and go."
I'm shocked you're even having them take them off.
Yeah,
I'm shocked you're not just have them sit down on a table and be like, "Yep, looks good."
Just meet them at the door.
Right. Just look outside.
Sign their form.
just have my nurses turn everyone away. Yeah, it's a tough line of work, man. Being a doctor, I can't
That's
imagine.
what you always think like, oh, you know, I got to go get my prostate exam and
Right.
shit. You know, like, he's definitely afraid of that. You don't think about it from the doctor's perspective.
I've
That
not- you're
guy's got to
right.
shove a finger up a dude's ass. A dude
Yeah.
like E strolls
What
in
a
for a
hero.
physical.
Right. And who knows how many physicals he does a day or a week or whatever. And yeah, I've never even contemplated, like, he doesn't want to do it, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not
He's
best
not
part
dying
of,
to.
Right,
No.
I'm sure it's not the best part of his day. Like, oh, yep, I got 4 physicals of people over 30 today. Thank God.
My mom was a nurse, and the stories she'd tell just about, cleaning people up, just regular, like that's just daily shit.
And
And
most doctors, dude, don't they not, like, they make money. I know they make money, but don't you have to really be a real, special doctor to really make sense? Like, nurses don't make that much money,
nurses
really.
don't make shit, man.
Considering what they do, considering the stories that we've heard from Beth even, and your mom.
Yeah, Beth will tell me stories like, oh, yeah, this woman, she was 75 years oldish and just stood up on her bed and just starts whizzing on the floor. Just, and she's just like, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. She's like, yeah, leave me alone. I'm going to the bathroom and shit. All right.
All right.
Thank you for that.
get
She
them
actually
out.
had a Prader Willis case come in.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, she flipped out. She was like, "You're not gonna believe this. I got someone with Prader Willis."
Very rare condition, but she saw
Yeah.
one.
The sons of bitches. They're unbelievable.
What's the deal again?
Devious,
I know
aren't
the
they?
deal,
Devious.
Oh,
what was with this person? Was there anything special specifically?
they're just so hungry all the time. Like it's just an. That's why I
brain
said
thing?
it's a minor case and it's self-diagnosed, my Prader Willis. But I feel for these people, and you see, I've talked about the story that I watched that one time with that 13-year-old girl who was just like, they've got bars on the doors, they've got padlocks
refrigerator
on the fridge, and their front door is barred too. Like it's got to be a fire safety hazard for sure. But they can't. She'll go outside and just start panhandling. She'll just start hitting up neighbors for
Trying
food.
to get Twinkies?
Anything she can get. Ice cream guy comes by. It should be illegal on the street. She goes into full-on panic attacks when she hears the ding, 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 ding of this guy
The
going
music
down the
truck.
street. The music, yeah. Well, she knows it's an ice cream truck, and she's on the floor, kicking and screaming, wailing.
Wow, like a
And-
drug addict needing their fix.
Yeah, and they're super manipulative. Some of them. It's a terrible thing. This poor girl was in the hospital, and they're like, the strict orders not to let her order her own food. Like you can't order your own food. It's got to be a nurse or mom has to order the food. And so, Beth's like, okay, I'm going about my rounds, and then comes back, and all of a sudden the food service people are coming up, and they've got 4 full meals on there with cookies and ice cream. She's like, what the
Well.
fuck is this about? They're like, well, someone ordered this for the patient. It's like, get it out of here.
4 entrees.
Oh,
What are we
shit.
looking at here?
The symptoms of
these are the
Prader
symptoms.
Willis, really a narrow temple distance and nasal bridge.
How's my temple distance?
It's not great. It's
Would you
not
declare
great.
it narrow?
Not
Borderline
wide. It's
narrow?
not wide.
It's not wide.
Shit. Almond-shaped eyes?
Oh yeah. Oh
Do I have mild strabismus?
yeah.
Do you notice mild strabismus
I've
when you
always
look at me?
Thought that.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was about it, but now that I see it in lettering,
Thin upper lip.
Do I have a thin upper lip or a downward turned mouth?
You do.
She's a good woman.
And-
Smile big, Uwe.
well, according to these,
Mazel.
if we're to believe what dog is pulled up here,
And obviously, I can't read what that last one is, but I don't know that one applies.
well,
Anyway, yeah, it's a devastating disease. I feel terrible for all of us that suffer at the hands of this syndrome.
oh man,
Yeah, doctors.
no, you're right though. It sucks for them. I can't believe it.
So we've got the Republican convention starting Monday. I mean, depending when you're listening to this show, we're taping on Sunday. So
I thought Melania kicked it
is
off tonight.
Tuesday?
I thought Melania kicked it off already.
Really?
I saw the headline. Yeah.
Okay, I know that I haven't seen it yet, but they were going to be Trump and Pence are going to be on 60 Minutes tonight. But yeah, what did you think overall of that pick? That was the least sexy pick of all of the 3 choices we had.
When you're picking a VP to just try to solidify your base, you're not in a very good position.
I agree. I think
know?
it's a mistake.
Yeah.
I think Pence is a mistake. Like, the fact is, he needs more than the base of Republicans to win this election, period. And Pence's is like far to the right as you can get. He's just not going to do anything. For all those people Trump needed, independents and left-leaning, kind of moderate in the
Well,
middle.
he needs them
don't
both.
want-
That's the problem with him. He needs both of what you just
Yeah.
described, and also the right-wing people who are going, no, I can't vote for this guy. Even though I'm a Republican, I'm not voting. That's what he's trying to get.
Don't
And
you think
it's
in
like,
the
dude,
end, though, those people are not going to vote? They're not going to vote for Hillary.
No, they're just
maybe
not
they
gonna
don't
vote.
show,
Yeah.
but I think that's a smaller number. But the one where you're going to need to really draw some people are from the middle of the road ones who are going to be so turned off by this Pence pick.
Right.
I think.
And a lot of times you pick a VP because you think that they can deliver a state that is in question.
Yeah.
And that was Christie's problem. He couldn't deliver New Jersey. He had such a poor rating. And so, yeah, Pence is right wing, and that helps solidify the base. And that's it's a tough position to be in.
And I know some people were impressed with his speech. I thought his speech, the couple days before it was announced last week, I didn't think it was that great.
Right.
With him stumbling through the cards and, hitting all the talking points that you're supposed to do. But he had that typical politician, we will, blah, 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 God bless the United States of America. It was
I was rooting for Newt, man.
Newt would have been fun at least.
And then Newt shows his wares right after the Nice attack and jumps on Hannity and says, we need a litmus test. We need to know what Muslims here believe in Sharia law. If you believe in it, you're out. It's incompatible with Western civilization. I'm like, that's
true.
the guy.
It's very true, but it's so impractical. Like in theory, that is the dumbest idea ever. But I think people respect the fact that you could have the balls to even say that on some level. Because it's so against the Constitution. It's so against law. Like, you'd never be able to do that. Plus, as if some guy that was, anybody that was a terrorist would just go, no, I don't believe in Sharia law. And then what? Now what? Now what do we
pop
do?
quiz.
See where you really feel.
Wake you up in the middle of the night. Do you believe in Sharia law? No. Fuck.
God damn it. He passed. Yeah, we grilled him. We got in there pretty good. Trump was getting lit up, too. Him and Pence, by the way. They put out their new logo.
Yeah, let me see this thing. Is it with the flag?
It's half flag. It's got the T and the P. The T is dipping into the hole of the P.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that didn't strike me as problematic.
Let me see.
It's there. And people there. Yeah, here you go. Okay. And so now, after getting hammered on social media, they've kind of just done this. So they've lost that logo altogether as far as the website.
Some
as far
graphic
as
artist spent days on that.
Yeah. The logo so now just has Trump's name in blue on top and Pence's in red, and then Make America Great Again. Even John Dingell from Michigan, the 90-year-old John Dingell was ragging. He was like, what's that T doing to that P?
Oh, boy.
It's like, a guy named Dingell? Really? A guy named Dingell is ragging on their logo?
Yeah, it's not good.
But
that's
yeah,
the case.
all kinds of people were pissed off about it, or laughing at him. Not the first time we've seen this. Jeb Bush took a lot of heat for his
Jeb exclamation.
Yeah, Hillary took shit for hers with the arrow pointing to the right. Should have been pointing to the left. So you can see why that would be a problem. Trump told a hotel ballroom of several hundred invited guests that Pence is the leader who will help us deliver a safe society and a really prosperous society for all Americans. He's a solid person. He's really got the skills of a highly talented executive leading the state of Indiana in jobs growth and opportunity.
Look at that one, the 3D look. What do you think about that? The waving flag kind of?
Yeah, is that
That's
a CD
TP.
case?
It's TP.
Is that toilet paper? Yeah, people were sending around that
TP for my bunghole.
TP for my bunghole, the whole Beavis thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of pandering to me, this whole idea of he'll be a leader, will help us be safe. And like some of these attacks we're seeing, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Like there's no level of government intervention that's going to stop some nut job from just grabbing a gun and lighting up a school or lighting up whatever. But whatever. The other thing that they've been setting up, they were all over the convention, the Quicken Loans Arena place in Cleveland as they the Q, as they set up for this 4-day event that's getting ready to happen. And CNN, I was watching some CNN today, and they totally thought they were just going to be talking. They had all the talking heads there. We're going to talk about Pence and Trump and this and that. And then the shit in Baton Rouge happened and just threw everything off course. They had to chuck everything out the window and start over.
Do a different TV show.
Yeah, totally different TV show. But people are there, media is there, and they're seeing the setup and all that. And someone took issue with this sign that's marked white elevators.
Yeah. Come on.
See it?
Yeah, hold on. He's the guy that took the picture is Brian Tao, Wall Street Journal reporter. He spotted it and was like, "What's up with this?"
Shit stir.
I'm told it's being replaced. So they're actually going to replace this as if,
as if it means white-only elevators.
Yeah, whites only. He's like, reminded people of the Jim Crow era.
What's
with
next? Water fountains?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just directing okay, this
Bank
elevator
of
bank
elevators.
over here is called white. This one's called red,
Probably.
blue, whatever.
That would be my guess. They didn't elaborate on this.
I like that the tweet says I'm being told it's being replaced for obvious reasons.
Thank you, Byron.
It's not
Yeah,
that
Thank
obvious
you for
to me.
drawing that out.
It's insane. What insane. Faux outrage. Should we get to email, Jay? I want to save some of these stories for tomorrow.
We do have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
Before we get to that, we must mention Mark Leibovitz of LPL Financial. You all know him by now. He's offering our listeners a great special. If you're one of the next 10 listeners to make an appointment for a no-cost, no-obligation portfolio review, he will give you a $50 gift certificate to your favorite restaurant. That means at no cost, Mark will meet with you, review your financial investment situation, and give you recommendations. If you've been thinking about calling Mark, now's the time to do it. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
It has been brought to my attention on Wave, by the way.
Yeah, did you do a little math over the weekend?
Too much time in the math room and not enough time learning the English language.
That you guys were having a little fun with my math skills. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not 25 pizzas.
Yeah, E's conclusion last week that he could buy 25 pizzas with his $5 pizzas with his $50 gift card. You've drawn a different conclusion?
Sounds like it's more like 9.
With taxes, yes.
So, a week's worth of pizzas.
Good point. Thank God for Wave, or that
Thank
never
God,
would have
right.
come to your attention. By the
And
way,
that doesn't even wouldn't have. It was not. I don't know how I was not doing the math on that. I mean, I'm not good at math, but I feel like I should have known that 5 times 20 is not 50, but I didn't. So
Yeah. Thank you for our fine listener that decided to tattle and inform E, too. That was...
next we're going to hear he doesn't have a bald spot on the back of his head.
Yeah, no shit, right? What's the matter with you?
A couple other things before I get to email proper. One is Wave, as we mentioned. Jump on your app store and grab Wave, WAVVE. It's a fun little tool we're using where you can talk to us. We'll talk back. Yeah, it's a neat little thing.
Playing back.
Kind of like verbal email, So check that out. Also, check out our Amazon link on DetroitCast.com. You will find it above the fold. Please use it. Just click through there and shop as you normally do on Amazon. We get a bit of a kickback. So helpful to us for sure. Mike, the shirtless runner guy, writes in concerning the Canadian anthem debacle. Gents, okay, I may just be shirtless running idiot, but as a proud Canadian, I was disgusted with how the tenor used my anthem for his own ends. And, of course, he's referring to the All-Star game where they changed the lyrics.
Yes,
they had
to
All Lives Matter. Just recently, Canada's federal government officially changed the words to our anthem from All Thy Sons Command to All of Us Command because the old line was deemed sexist. Never mind that the majority of Canadians are fine with words that have repeatedly said they did not want the words to the anthem, and repeatedly said they didn't want the words changed. Consider yourselves lucky that you live in a country where political correctness doesn't always rule the day. Do I sense sarcasm?
Yeah.
From shirtless runner guy?
Yeah, but they've got a different level going on there with Justin Trudeau in
How
Canada. He's super politically correct.
Oh, their new guy? Yeah.
That dude's like...
that son of a bitch.
He's on a different level altogether. He was the one that went on the apology tour. It's obnoxious. He got into a fight. What's that called? Their version of the
Parliament?
Parliament, yeah. And there was like a whole group of people like arguing, and he went over and like just barely touched this female like on the arm. It was like, get over here, come on, get out of the way.
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, what a sexist! He touched that woman. It's assault. Assault. They were calling for assault.
Oh.
And dude, he apologized. I don't know, 15 times over the next 5 days. Went and was just like, I just want to say again that I'm so sorry. I would never assault a woman. And
he needs to be
like,
better trained.
I mean, it was the farthest thing from assault, as you can imagine. So.
Yeah, so I guess it could be worse, y'all.
Mm.
Let me say one other thing about Canadians, having spent the weekend over there.
Sure.
What do you get when you order a regular coffee here? You go, yeah, just have a regular coffee. Give me a
If you-
medium.
Medium
regular.
roast?
What do you get?
It'd be black, probably, right?
Yeah,
Just
right? These sons of bitches put cream and sugar in it.
Just
Just dog. Why do they do that?
Without you even asking?
Without asking.
So if you just, hey, give me a large coffee.
I said, yeah, I'll take a medium coffee, just regular. And I get in my car, I'm like, fuck, this is like sweet. And I open it up, and you can tell the cream's been added.
Nice.
What is that, Kadog? Why do you do that? Why do your people do this?
I can't speak for
And
them.
who decides how much goes into a regular? Who makes that call? How much cream and how much sugar goes in?
Is this something you were
Yeah.
aware of, Kadog, already, or no? You don't get coffee. do
Yeah,
you?
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm.
All right, one other thing I'll add about the Canadians, and this is good. They are not tacky with their car stickers. Rarely do you see a Canadian with a car sticker on the back of their, like a bumper sticker or a window sticker or something. Very
Nice.
clean backs of cars. What's up with that, Kadog?
By the
Is
way,
that
I have to
intentional?
say-
Is that intentional?
I don't know if it's intentional, but
Have you noticed
it's
it?
definitely in good taste because everybody with those.
Agreed.
Though like my car is now a living memorial to somebody who's deceased.
Ah, those
That's
are-
so
yeah.
tacky.
Oh my God, terrible.
Yeah, and I'll say that about the memorial thing. We all know I don't want a roadside, nor do I want window stickers made.
Definitely
I want to be on
No,
record.
Nobody in this room would do that
Nobody.
for you.
I would say this, but I will say I have not. But my first car in high school, I put a bunch of stupid stickers on it, but I haven't done it.
I've got stupid stickers on mine.
Right
I'm not
now.
above it.
No, but I haven't done it since until you guys put those ones on mine. And
Huey
I
Those
Lewis.
weren't stupid. Those are
Well, no,
kick
but
ass. By
I
the
know,
way.
but I'm
Rat
just-
and
Rat
Huey
and Huey Lewis.
That's
But
an
I'm just-
eclectic mix. That's
I'm not-
awesome.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I haven't put stickers on my car. You guys put some on my car. But what I was gonna say is that that has actually saved me so much now. That yellow
'cause
Huey
you
Lew-
spot it?
I can spot it from so far away.
Not from Plymouth, you can't.
Well, yeah.
Apparently you can't, E. You lost your car for 5 hours the other night.
I know, but other times when I'm in the parking lots, there's a lot of black generic 4-door cars.
No, I have stickers on my back windows, but
Well, you're kind of promoting something. I think yours is a little different to me than like
Yeah, yours is for soccer and
is it like
CDC, the
your-
gym.
Right. That's different to
But
me.
I just noticed that, like driving like 9 hours, it's like, dude, these people don't put shit on the back of their cars.
Well, I don't know what that's about. I like that. I'm
Do they
tired
not
of
have
seeing
stickers in Canada?
I think they do. Yeah, I've seen Maple
Could
Leafs.
I guess?
They call them decals, though.
decals.
Decals.
Decals, yeah.
Instead of decal, they call them decals. Are
Decals.
you shitting
You're
me?
not serious.
No, I'm serious.
Hey, I
Decals.
like
Fucking
it.
badass.
Kinda like
I
it.
kind of do
Decals.
too.
Yeah, all right.
Decals.
Decals they are.
So what is the other one we're doing? Now it's decals. What was the other
Oh,
one?
champing at the bit.
Champing at the bit.
Done.
Right.
Decals.
Can I go back to your coffee incident?
Yes.
By the way, I went to Tim Hortons. I just made a quick pit stop into Tim Hortons on my way to
Yeah,
the.
I saw a few of those in Canada too.
Oh yeah.
Every fucking exit, every corner, there's a Tim Hortons.
Well, on my way to the Lavender Festival, I stopped in there and I just wanted quick, in and out. I wanted a sausage, cheese, muffin, and a coffee. And so I was like, no egg though. I don't want any egg on my sandwich. And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And so then they're like, oh, what size coffee? Just give me a large coffee. And they're like, cream and sugar. I'm like, yeah, extra cream and sugar. And they're like, okay.
Oh, a regular. Okay.
They were like, so 3? And I'm like, 3 what? And they're like, 3 cream? And I'm like, I don't know what your definition of measurement is.
Dude, to me, that's a decent question by them. If you're getting at Tim Hortons, they should be handing you those like individual packets, and you
Yes.
should be doing it yourself.
Exactly. And so she's like, I said, well, can I just do it myself? And she's like, well, do you want 3 creams and
No,
3
you know what,
sugars,
dude?
or do you want 2 sugars and 4
Dude,
creams? And
I
I'm
want
like,
you to hand them to me, bitch.
and I'm like, well, I don't know what you're using
Yo.
as your measurement level. I don't know what 4 creams to you might be 20 creams to me. I don't know.
It's true.
I worked. Remember, if you remember, I had a short stint where I worked at Tim Hortons.
Oh, really? I did. Was this between Wendy's and Red Robin?
Don't you remember that? Yeah, remember? No,
Didn't
it
you
was
work there for
between-
like a day?
No, I worked there for like a month. It was between. It was before, right before Zod.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep,
I don't know if
I
you remember.
do.
it doesn't matter. But okay, that doesn't really matter. But my point of this is
Did you
I can
keep the
answer
shirt?
this question.
Did you keep the shirt, by the way?
No, I did
Let's
not.
remember that.
I did not. But I can answer this question. They have a thing set up there, and you just say it's the. I don't know what their
Auto-measured.
measurement is, but it's 1, 2, and like it's a double, single, triple. So there's some level of measurement that's
But
just
how are we
done.
supposed to know that? And that goes
I
back
know.
to what my thing was.
I'm assuming
you
they're
gave
a
me
tiny-
regular coffee #1 with shit in it. But
Yeah.
How did you decide? Who in Canada decides how much fucking sugar and cream goes into
Yeah.
a regular?
I don't
And
know
just
how
like
much the
you.
measurement is. All I'm just saying is it's consistent. If you go to Tim Hortons enough,
Well,
you
I
would
went
know
there-
what you would know what 2 and 2 meant.
Yeah,
because-
but that's important because I went there and I the first time I went there months ago, I got a large coffee. It was a pretty good sized coffee, and they're like, "How much cream?" And I'm like, "Extra cream," and they're like, 3 cream, and I'm like, I don't know, 3. I was like, I think more than that. Like I'm thinking of the little individual ones you peel off the top yourself and you
Yeah.
pour it in there. I'm like, no, more than 3.
It's like, Mike, how happy are you?
She's like-
5, 9. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends whose scale we're talking about. And so I'm like, she's like 5 cream, 5 sugar. I'm like, I don't know, like 3 sugar, 5 creams. And she gives it back to me. I swear to God, it's
Disgusting.
milk. It's fucking, it's the sweetest
Yeah.
milk you've ever had. Like it was barely
I believe
brown.
it. After drinking a regular Tim Hortons, I believe it, dude.
Yeah, it was incredible. I was like, what the fuck? I just wanted like 5 of the little tiny creams that I could put in there. And they were
Yeah.
like, they filled, I swear to God, they filled half the coffee up with just this, whatever this cream was.
Ugh. Well, you
So-
said 5.
I did, but I feel like someone should be able to tell me the measurement. Like, oh, you realize 5 is like 50 of what you'd get at 7-Eleven, for
Right.
instance. Like if we gave you individual creams, this would be the equivalent of 50 of them. Do you want 50 of those creams in your coffee? And I would immediately go, absolutely not. Can you give me the equivalent of the 5 little tiny ones?
Or let me put it in myself.
Or I'll do it myself.
It's supposed to probably make it. I'm assuming it's supposed to make it more efficient and faster because they're not.
They want you to get to know what you want. It's like
Right,
Starbucks, where
right.
you go up and you know your order, and they want you to be able
Because
to
there
get
is-
consistency.
Right, because when it comes to that stuff, when it comes to the sugar and the cream, at least there is no human element in the counting. It is just you put it in this thing and you hit 1, 2, or 3, and so once you go there enough, I guess you just know.
Yeah, it's like the guns that bartenders use. You know,
Right.
It's pre-measured.
Do you want to see Justin Trudeau assault this woman, by the way?
Assault. Yes.
Right there, Kadog.
Comes striding over to intervene. He has words with Mulcair. At the same time, he clearly also makes contact with MP
Oh
Ruth
my.
Ellen Brosseau.
Oh my.
So you grab that guy's arm and say,
Trudeau
get out of
walks
here.
away.
Bumped her.
Brosseau
He didn't even hit.
It's a
angrily
Corey
telling her
Lewandowski
colleagues What
situation.
transpired.
I was
As Brosseau
bumped.
leaves, Trudeau comes back. Mulcair is enraged. Trudeau appears to be headed after Brosseau.
What kind of man elbows a
and
woman?
Mulcair and Trudeau shout.
Awesome.
Kind of a man elbows a woman.
Dude, he didn't elbow her. She was just kind of there.
Yeah, this got heated. I'm telling you, he went on a 5-day apology tour for this.
Badass.
Order. Members should put away their black. Are not allowed to take photographs.
Then it was time
I
to
say
parse
members.
what
Was he
happened.
about to say black
Here,
berries?
listen.
The member from Ruthie And Mr. Speaker, he manhandled the whip of the official opposition.
The guy behind him going, oh yeah, he did. He did.
Force in this House is never permitted, is never welcome, and it is entirely inappropriate.
I admit I came in
Oh,
physical
gross.
contact with a number of members as I extended my arm in, including someone behind me who I did not see. If anyone feels that they were impacted by my actions, I completely
Why does anybody do this?
apologize.
Why does anybody want these
It's not my
positions?
intention to hurt anyone. It certainly wasn't.
So awful.
I completely apologize.
This vote
They then voted.
God, it looks like they're pretending to be English, by the way.
But this wasn't over.
The Prime Minister physically grabbing people.
This whole
Elbowing
setup doesn't
people.
work without
the Prime Minister.
Oh,
A feminist act.
Then Brosseau spoke.
Oh, the victim, the victim.
By the Prime Minister.
Oh my God.
And then I had to leave. It was very overwhelming. So I left the chamber to go and sit in.
Shut the hell up.
I missed the vote because of this. I just wanted to clarify and make sure it's clear to all the members in the House that that did happen.
Yeah, poor thing.
Dude, I had to say that. What a cunt. I'm sorry, man.
How brave of her.
That was so brave.
So brave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.
I want to take the opportunity now that the member is
Stated her
okay to return
position.
to the House right now
Welcome
to
back.
be able to express directly to her
my apologies for
Deepest.
my behavior and my actions unreservedly.
Some aren't satisfied.
This one I'm telling you, this went on for a couple days, where he was making the news cycle rounds to apologize again.
Sorry, I missed
to anybody that was watching on TV that may have been offended by his actions.
Can we see the mild bump again? I just wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I want to see how serious this was.
It's pretty brutal. If anyone's offended, I apologize for replaying.
Right, so there she is, standing by the rail.
On the
He
left,
gets up. He's
the
had
Prime Minister
enough.
comes striding over.
Striding
to
over,
intervene.
indeed,
He has
indeed.
words with
Her
Mulcair.
back is to
At
him.
the same time, he clearly also makes contact with MP Ruth
Oh my
Ellen
God,
Brosseau. Trudeau walks away. You can see
Oh,
Brosseau
yes, very
angrily
good.
telling her colleagues what transpired.
I was
Look at her
insulted.
picture.
Leaves, Trudeau comes back. Mulcair is enraged.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, God.
You want to be a politician is
Politics,
beyond me.
baby. Anthony writes in, you guys are old. Simple answer. People like to watch other people do things, especially if they're good at it, meaning this is why we like to watch people play video games. We watch people play golf. We watch people play poker. We watch people cook. People even watch you guys sit in a basement and talk. Yes, people watch you guys have a chat. And before you say, you just buy the video game and play it yourself. I can golf, play poker, cook, and talk as well. Believe it or not, today's games are far more than two sticks going up and down at the side of your screen. That's a shot! Were you
Wow.
referring to Pong,
He
the
is
first
referring
game
to
that
Pong.
Miguel and I played? Video games today offer numerous combination of awards and bonus features depending on the decisions you make while playing. So 3 people playing the same game will see different things during the course of the game depending on how they play. Video game videos, VGVs, also serve as a how-to for challenging sections of the game. Video game commentators are not just playing the game, they basically have a talk show and discuss topics while the game is being played, offering more than just a video game. Hope this helps. There's a game of Pong going on right now. I'll remember
shut
those
up.
sounds. It's funny is it's not even in stereo, it's just in my right ear.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, that was riveting.
It was. Was that was the system? I want to say the entertainment system was called
Odyssey.
Bullseye.
I had Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Look up Bullseye and Odyssey and see if we're remembering that correctly.
See, I had a ColecoVision with Pong.
Well, ColecoVision was many years later, Kadog. We're a little older than you, though. I remember before HBO remember you had On, was it?
On was a pay service. Yeah, I never had it, but.
Oh yeah.
Did you seriously had On? Did you have it?
Yeah.
No, I never had any of those.
You still don't.
I know. I don't have
It's
cable.
unfortunate.
I don't know
You
if
know
I
what?
mentioned that. I don't have cable.
I've heard that before. It's tragic. This kid's email is right. He's right.
It is right. It's absolutely right.
He's right. Bullseye. That's what I remember. Look at that. He had a gun. You could shoot
Oh
things.
yeah, I did not have that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Look at all those games. They're basically the same game you could play.
Yeah. No, dude, my thing about the watching the video games though is like a lower level of that. Like he's talking about gamers that are looking for strategy and shit. I'm talking about like my kids when they were like 6, 7, 8 years old. They'd all sit on the couch with their cousins and stuff, and one of them would play the whatever game it was, and everybody look over their shoulder, just watching him. Nothing remarkable, just like a Super Mario or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now it's my turn. Then I play, and they all watch.
Well, that would never ring true. I have memories of sitting around like Derek's house because Derek always had the finest of video game setups. Uwe was on the front lines of that stuff. But I remember a lot of us being in the basement at his house drinking beers and playing those games, and you would be the first one to go, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, I never watched that
You'd
shit.
never sit there. And it was for me, it was like I didn't even care about playing the games. It was like, let's see if we can get 10 beers in us over the next hour.
I couldn't handle it.
Like you and Merck, I think, would just like, fuck it, we're out. We'll meet
Yeah.
you guys at so-and-so's later. And you guys would leave. So that's something you were never into. But I get that if you're hanging out with friends. And
No, I get it if the point is to go as far as you can in the game and conquer this game. Like, you want to see how another player plays it
Yeah.
and get tips and shit, for sure. I get it. But Karen writes in. Gentlemen, Karen writes in. It's just,
Thanks,
I
Karen.
was just reading that, so
Right.
it's verbatim.
Got it.
King, I totally agree with you on the arcs that the Sky Mall magazine shows. I too thought it was just meant that the airplane goes up in the air, so you're not alone in your thoughts.
Dude, I agree with you. I agree with you.
How can you guys? I don't get it. I guess.
I just never thought it through. I mean,
It
it makes sense when you hear from pilots, and I'm about to get to one who explains why and all this shit. But I don't know. I'm just like flipping like brainlessly through there, and I'm like, oh, there it goes up in the air and comes down in Africa. Okay.
Because it seems obvious that if you're going from Arizona to Detroit, you wouldn't go through
the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, that you wouldn't go up through Canada. Like, boy, that seems like a no-brainer. But it just seems like as the crow flies, you just make a beeline.
Yeah.
And so, dude, I agree with you. I wanted to laugh at you for that, but I agree.
That's what most laymen would think, right?
Yeah.
Got my dirt face shirt, says Karen, and am proud to wear it around and explain where it's from to everyone who asks. Now to my fellow listeners, please stop commenting on E's disgusting feed. I vomit every time it comes up in my news feed. So, of course, she's referring to your Facebook post that I would say went viral.
Yeah.
As far as
in
this
our
show,
community,
yeah,
yeah.
that was definitely true.
Yeah, I apologize. I think there's some clowns out there that keep regenerating it and just commenting like, oh, I haven't seen this for a while.
Telstar, another sweet system. Looks like you can get Pong on the Telstar.
Notice their games: tennis, hockey, and handball that all require the sticks and the ball.
A dial, right? You're just dialing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What would have been the difference between handball and
nothing?
Yeah. Okay.
Jordan writes in, one of our pilot listeners, to add on this issue. Gentleman in pink cowboy hatted Snapchatter. Is that true, E? Are you wearing a pink cowboy hat on
It was
Snapchat?
It was Craig Backus. If you remember, Craig Backus, the listener, sent me one maybe a year
legit
ago
hat.
or so. Yeah, legit cowboy hat. Just it was pink.
10-gallon.
So I wore it to the festival this weekend.
Nice.
Any comments on it?
Yeah, you know what? I did get a few comments on it. So, some people, it was mixed. Some people just think it's cool to just have fun with it, and some people, you could tell there's a few guys that are probably like, oh,
what are you, queer?
Yeah.
What are you, queer?
You're sucking dick. It's like,
Should get a few of those, E.
Well, the problem
As a matter
is
of fact, maybe I am. What does that have to do with my hat, though?
Well, the problem is also if you got to talk in the day, I'm wearing purple sunglasses with a pink hat too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that
Whatever. Okay.
Good for you.
didn't get laid this weekend. Why can't you just floor it, says Jordan. Well, for fuel savings, as the previous email addressed, we are given an optimum cruising speed, based on winds, altitude, temperature, etc. That optimum speed is most. Damn it, Jordan! You gotta proofread this shit.
Is this dictation? Is that what's going on?
It's most often slower than our max speed. If it is the last leg of a trip on our last day, many of us do a quick fuel calculation and fly as fast as we can to get home. Why are the routes a big arc, says Jordan? Because the Earth is a sphere. Are we sure about that? That's a myth.
Yeah.
I thought
I've never seen it.
Thomas Friedman taught us the world is flat.
Yeah.
I've never
Is
seen
that
any
not true?
I've never seen, overwhelming proof otherwise.
You use the curve of the
Inclined
Earth.
to believe Friedman.
You use the curve of the Earth to your advantage. So I'll use the curved route and beat Pilot Walters to Vegas by a few hours.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Damn, man. Also,
We'll see when he starts flying.
when we refer to shortcuts, we're just going to do a little shortcut over here.
Yeah.
When we refer to shortcuts, that means there may be a dog leg in the route to handle traffic volume and space. If you get a friendly air traffic controller, they will let you cut the corner.
I wouldn't.
This can take possibly hundreds of miles off the route. That'd be sweet. Before Mike asks, why don't they do it all the time? We do as for this all the time, but in airport.
Ask for this. We ask for this all the time.
Jordan, usually I can just read your shit.
Yep.
Usually I don't have to proofread it. I don't have to go through and change it. You proved me wrong, Jordan.
I'm
From
gonna
now
say
on,
that
I'm going to go
there's
carefully
some-
through with my red pen.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jordan. I trusted you.
You should see. He takes a red pen to all of our listener emails.
I
except
trusted
Jordan.
him.
I know you did. That was your mistake.
We do ask for this all the time, but in airports such as San Francisco, Atlanta, LA, and Chicago, the traffic volume is such that the request is denied. Okay.
What would they do if you just did it? You said, fuck it, I'm coming through anyways.
Scramble a couple fighter jets and take you down to Chinatown? Maybe.
That's okay,
right?
fair enough.
Ryan writes in, Jay, Mike, and Twinkle Toes. I haven't seen the video of the irate Uber driver, but are you sure that it isn't an outtake from Pineapple Express or something? Because that dude sounds exactly like Seth Rogen. I can only see a mental picture of Seth when you play that audio. Regarding the reason why every pilot doesn't just floor it for every flight, my friend works in the airline industry, and I asked him about this before. He said the primary reason is fuel economy.
Yeah. Right.
As well as gate scheduling. We haven't really heard the gate scheduling thing. But that's another thing. You'd be crammed up waiting, and you wouldn't get there any earlier because you'd be sitting on the damn
You wouldn't even think about that. You're a problem. But what if everyone was flooring it?
Well, then let me out on the tarmac, and I'll make my way into the building. Just open the door. I'll hop out. You got that slide?
Yeah,
use
use the slide.
What's going on here?
The big yellow slide.
Hell yeah. I've wanted to use one of those forever.
By the way, I did see the pic of E's horrendous feet. Holy shit, those are the hillbilly teeth of the foot world. He would be further ahead just to lop those fuckers off and stump around like Oscar Pistorius did in court later, Ryan.
Yeah.
We will save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
All right.
I don't know. There's something never mind.
What was that?
There was something in that email that I wanted to respond
wanted to
and
address?
I wanted to address
Go
it.
ahead,
I forgot.
address it.
I
No,
forgot what it
the
was.
floor is yours. E, go.
But I
Floor is
forgot
yours.
what it was. It was literally, I was about
Hillbilly
to
teeth.
No. I don't know.
Your feet are nasty. You're a fuck face.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Pilot related?
I don't know. Okay.
Think about it. Sleep on it.
Okay.
We'll come back in the morning.
Have
We'll
it
do
for
this all
tomorrow.
over again.
Yeah, I'll be freshly woken.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us. We certainly appreciate that. Continue to donate to the show. Use the Amazon link, Amazon, and all that kind of stuff. With that, we'll call it a day.
Oh, dude. Hey. He does sound like Seth Rogen a little bit, dude. If you listen to it again, he kind of does sound like Seth Rogen.
My thing's dead, so
Okay.
thank you for bringing that back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just
Cut that
powered it
shit.
down. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.